Hey guys, this is Sorisugo here, back again with another analysis. We'll be looking at the PDL, aka the Potato League. Right. With me, I have Farah, aka the other person on this channel, and we have a guest in.
Hello, it's me, Awkward.
The guy who abused 5th gen weather.
Yeah, got some experience with that.
Well, let's get right into it with the first pick, aka Jan, the Light City Road Arms.
Yeah. Okay, so looking at Jen's draft, I think that the first few mods that instantly stand out for me are Jirachi and Tapu Fini, as well as Chandler.
Honestly, the Tabu Fini, the Mean Shao, and that Jirachi stand out for me. The Mega Garchomp looks like it's
putting the team down.
I prefer normal Garchomp.
It's putting the team down.
I really do prefer.
I think that maybe a more bulky Mega would have been really good for his team because he already has a damage because he's got Cryogonal, he's got Chandler, he's got Mian, Shao, and Zoroark. He already has a ton of damage, but maybe a bit of bulk would have been great for him.
Yeah, maybe like Mega Swampert could help him. Like,
yeah, if he got a bit of rain in there, maybe with a Politoed even.
Yeah, like even the Tabu Fini would benefit from a rain team.
But one of the things I can say about his team is that he's got a lot of hazard control, having 2 great defoggers on Tornadus and Tapu Fini, and the Rapid Spinner on Cryogonal.
And his Electros has no weakness at all.
Yeah, that's a good point about that one.
Yeah, not to mention the hacks that Jan can run with Jirachi, and the Haze phase out with Tapu Fini.
Yeah, I think his draft overall, it looks good. Aside from maybe the Mega Garchomp pick. Aside from that, I'd say it's good.
I'd say it's probably like mid-tier, to be honest.
Yeah, not that good, but relatively good.
Going on to the next team, the Cleveland Cameras, hosted by the owner of the PDL, Trump Kage. Sarah, what's your input on his team?
I honestly think that because I see a lot of Gengars that run Scarfed, so I think that stands out a bit. Maybe his Mega Scizor running Curse. Sue, what's your thought?
Yeah, I think his team actually looks pretty good. It's a relatively bulky team with Mega Scizor and Umbreon, and a lot of his ones really appreciate the wish support that Umbreon brings, like Ambipom, Bastiodon, even Scizor appreciate it. And his team gets to really good speed tiers with 110 on Latios and Infernape and 115 on Ambipom, which really allow him to just outspeed and force you to run Scarf on some stuff that maybe you wouldn't want to Scarf.
Can we also mention how like most of his team has setup, like Infernape,
Stealth Rocks.
Krookodile has Moxie, Wishcash has D-Dance, Mega Scizor has Swords Dance or Curse, Latios has D-Dance, Gliscor has Swords Dance, and Calm Mind? You're right.
No, Latios has Calm Mind, yeah.
Yeah, Latios.
Scizor has Curse.
His team is going to be really hard.
And his team has got some really good Volt turn action with Infernape, Rotom, Scizor, and Ambipom all learning either U-turn or Volt switch.
It seems like we're going to see a lot of Z Draco Meteors this season because he has Draconium Z. You're right.
Kaboom.
Are any more thoughts?
I'd say his draft is... It looks pretty good. The only thing I don't like about it is maybe the hazard control. But then again, he's got Rotom, Scizor, and Gliscor who all defog. But I think that he wants to keep rocks up so he can chip around. But he really needs to get rid of the rocks at the same time because he's running a Volt turn team.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I also think that that Krookodile, I think running Intimidate with the Stealth Rocks will help it survive longer or force the opponent to switch out.
Yeah.
Whew. Let's move on to the Austin Articunos, aka Yo Pierre 14.
The first thing I see as soon as I see this team is a ridiculous stealth rock weakness.
Yeah, I see.
What surprised?
I see.
That's the first thing I look at.
Shout out to him. He drafted Articuno.
That-
You see, most teams will draft their mascot because their mascot is actually trash. Call the Victorian Bigables.
Yes.
But I drafted my mascot.
But I.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is that his team has got a really big stealth rock weakness, and his only defoggers are the ones that don't want to come in on sad stealth rocks, like Togekiss, Eve and Articuno. Like, because you usually aren't gonna run defog on Talonflame because you just need damage or the setup on it, and he suffers a lot if the opponent has stealth rocks up.
Yeah, I see.
And he's got Heatran and Mega Venusaur, which together actually form a really good core, which basically don't allow anyone to bring fire types and ice types safely versus him.
What I'm surprised about is him taking Heatran round 1.
Round 1
Usually you would
Heatran.
drop either Tapu Bulu or another sort of like offensive presence in order to make Heatran feel viable.
I see.
So there's also that, and him taking
But I'd
Raikou will
argue-
be interesting.
Yeah, keep going.
Him taking Raikou is going to be interesting because you never see Raikou going in draft league. Like, you'd argue that Raikou is only taken because it's sort of better in a way. In order for Raikou to be taken, Suicune should have been taken first.
Yeah, I see.
But he took Vaporeon.
I think that maybe because he drafted Heatran and Raikou so early, that's why he ended up overloading himself on a flying types, because he was really afraid of ground types coming in from his opponents.
Yeah, I see.
Can we also mention his really undeniably good fire water grass core?
Yeah,
yes, Celebi, Vaporeon, and Raikou, Heatran.
And remember, he doesn't have to run Celebi for that grass core. He can actually just run Mega Venusaur if he wants to.
Oh yeah, really. I completely missed out on that.
And a lot of mods on his team, just like the Freeze ones, end up benefiting from Witch Path, which Vaporeon really brings to the team and ends up like Witch Pathing over to a bulky Celebi or a Heatran, which really appreciate.
If I remember correctly, Celebi also gets Healing Wish, so Mega Venusaur can also live extra long.
Yeah, it does.
For your input?
Yeah, Farrah?
I think his team is very good in the offensive section with a little bit of that Togekiss action, but I mean his team gets effed up by rocks either way. So, like if he has, like I think he barely has any defoggers or like 2 that or 3 that I see.
He's got 4, but they are all weak to
rocks in general. Because I see, I see Articuno there, but I don't think he's going to bring Articuno just for defog.
I think that aside from the stealth rock weakness, his team is good, but that stealth rock weakness is so big, it's really dragging the team down for me.
Yeah. Like, no one's going to bring spikes or toxic spikes on him.
Yeah, because Mega Venusaur soaks up the T-spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good all around.
To the next one, yeah.
Kermit.
The Toronto Agronauts, aka Scary Stories with Kermit. His team looks bulky.
Yeah, his team looks really bulky. There are a few other things that I don't really like about it, but Incineroar, the first thing is I think they are Incineroar, Mamoswine, Latios, and Ferrothorn all really benefiting from Wish from Clefable, and Clefable just stopping setup sweepers, which his team would usually struggle with.
What I'm surprised about is him taking both Ferrothorn and Toxapex. Especially the Toxapex picks, which honestly was overvalued. It should have been
Yeah.
tier 2 to begin with, but it counted as a tier 1 in this draft only because this was based on a league that has not started yet. If I thought I checked it out. Very good input.
Yeah, I got it. So
I think, let me just say one thing, which is I think that if he didn't have Toxapex, it would be kind of bad because he would have no good fire type switch-ins aside from Incineroar.
let's see.
He also has Latias, which could technically go into his fire type switch.
He's got Latias. Yeah, it could be a really good fire type switch-in. Never mind what I said.
Yeah, especially with Latias being able to quick surf on a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see that you wanted to say something earlier.
Oh yeah, so I just want to say that maybe his team, because the move Psyshock is based on the defense. I think his Toxapex will get really damaged by Psyshock with any Psychic Bomb because he gets stab as well.
I mean, I don't think it's just Psyshock because like Toxapex has 152 defense and 142 special defense. So it depends on if he goes physically defensive or special defense. Because if he goes physically defensive, he will be able to take Psyshocks, but not Psychic. So it heavily depends on what he brings versus what the opponent brings.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with Incineroar, it being a dark type, being able to switch into whatever it is using Psyshock. Yeah, Incineroar also clicks knockoff for free on the switching.
And the other thing I see on his team is that he's got a lot of hazards. And he's got a pretty good hazard control because he's got Magic Bounce and Defog on Zatu and Rapid Spin on Hitmonchan.
Moving on to our boy Dixonator, aka the Swim Swallows. He drafted Zygarde.
That's a really powerful pick. Like, straight up. It can run so many sets. It can run Choice Band, it can run Chiberry, it can run Weakness Policy, it can set up on you with Coil or Dragon Dance. It does so many things.
He has Gothitelle with it.
Is it Shadow Tag?
That mon traps him. Yep, Gothitelle has Shadow Tag. Gothitelle can essentially trap in whatever Zygarde can't do. And he also has Zard X, so he can run dual D-Dance in a way.
And he has Kartana too, which adds up to his team being pretty scary.
Let's see what Farrah thinks about this Kartana.
Well, that Kartana, that Kartana, really good physical defense, not a lot of special defense. Judging from the other teams, I think most of them have physical attackers, so I think Kartana will be really useful if he's playing against someone that has a lot of physical attack, but maybe not special. Because Flamethrower is there to F up Kartana anytime. Because most fire type moves are special, and it's 4 times effective to Kartana.
Yeah.
But he also has Zard X, which is 4 times weak, 4 times resistant to fire types. So it's a solid switch into other fire types.
And even Zygarde just switches into them for free.
Yeah, I see.
Zygarde can also click sub on the fire types.
Yeah. The other thing I'd like to talk about on Dix's team is Rebombi bringing webs, which is amazing for his team because like you look at his team and his team it's not slow, but it's not really fast either. So it really appreciates the safety that the sticky webs will bring. And the Kamala might seem like a bit of a weird pick, but it can eat up statuses, rapid spin, and even wish pass.
What I hate about Dix here is that he took ICMs. It was a huge night for me. Because if you were to look at my team, I have Cure and Blood. And I had to resort to taking Gradium. Felt bad. Well, unless Farrah has any more things to say.
Yeah, I have something to say. So, the Rebombi can set up Sticky Webs and then Quiver Dance, and it has really high sweeping potential on his team. And I think his team is just good all around. I don't think he gets effed up by rocks. Well, maybe Swellow. But I think
I think Swellow, Rodon, Sneasel, Rebombi, and Zard don't like rocks.
So it started X. Okay, yeah, I see. Let's go on to the next team. I miss Dad.
Let's talk about this team.
Buffalo Blazekins.
He has his Dragon and Fairy Steel actually with Garchomp, Alolan Ninetales, and Cobalion.
That's a really good core. They each do a bit of everything, like Garchomp being more on the physical side, Ninetales being on the special side, and Cobalion being a mix of both, and they are all relatively bulky. Especially with Aurora Veil.
And the fact that he has Tangrowth, Snorlax, and Reuniclus, those mons in themselves are known as walls. So, especially with an Aurora Veil, they don't get.
Yeah, and the Aurora Veil also really benefits the Mega Gyarados because it can come in after the Aurora Veil and just Dragon dancing up in your face and end up sweeping you.
What do you have to say about this?
I think the Buffalo Blazekins, instead of taking Mega Chomp, they took normal Chomp, which was a way better option than the person who picked Mega Chomp because of Life Orb and such. But Life Orb isn't in the meta, I don't think. So there's that.
Also, the other thing that's really good about the Blaziken's team is their speed tiers. If you notice, a lot of their mons are above 100, and even the mons that aren't above 100, like Mega Gyarados can just go above 100 because of Dragon Dance, and Rodon can actually just be Scarfed and run stuff like Scarf Trick or Will-O-Wisp and Hex, which are really good sets.
Yep. Let's move on to Mr. 7th pick, Mr. Tapu Koko himself, Mr. Mega Sableye, last round.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how he got Coco that way.
Well, since you don't want to show any bias here, we're not going to let Awkward speak. There. How would you rate Awkward's draft?
I think he's good, like really good, because of Coco the offensive, superior with Contrary, Leaf Storm, very physical. I see Mew, which kind of irritates me because you can't prepare for Mew like really well just because learns every TM. I see defense in that Suicune and that Licky Licky. I think he might run sub. Yeah, I think you might run sub Suicune.
Also, Hitmonlee with Unburden inside Electric Turn actually.
Oh, I never.
Not to mention the fact that his.
I never knew Hitmonlee got
The fact that
Unburden.
he has a fire water. Not to mention the fact that he has a fire water grass core and Arcanine, Suicune, and Superior. Superior sets up, especially Suicune sets with Calm Mind. You know, Leaf Storm, Calm Mind, and Arcanine is there for Intimidate. So Suicune gets a free switching.
Just a little point I'd like to make, just so I don't go too in depth on my team, is that a lot of my mons that are bulkier benefit from Licky Licky having a fat HP pool and Wish.
$6.
I'm really upset you took Licky Licky again. You legit have it. This is like Dix's Chimecho. Dix got swept by a Chimecho with Parashong, and he started taking it every single game. Alright. On to the next team, aka Pharaohs. The appetizers menu.
Just so you know,
I have so many questions.
I have so many questions of why I picked my team. I will not be answering any of the questions why I picked my team.
Want to talk about your true fire types?
I think that if we went on depth on Ferris team, one Pokemon pile one, half of them would be a meme.
No. Salamence provides wish passing and has defog. Could be running with support. You know,
Wish passing found us. Let's go.
Necrozma has sweeping potential with Rock Polish. Both on Daisy.
And I know that firsthand.
Linoon has sweeping potential with belly jump E-speed. So there's that.
Pachirisu stares at you.
Patrice stares at you, being drafted round 1.
Okay, wait. Okay, here's why I pick Pachirisu. If you get Super Fang and Nuzzle, if you paralyze them, then you click Super Fang, you can switch out, and then you can finish it off. And it can also be a suicide. It can be a suicide league because of Super Fang. If they send out like something really threatening and you defog rocks and they switch out, you can potentially kill the person who's using rocks. Pachirisu is a good Pokemon, okay?
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that two things that are weird are the Alolan Sandslash without Hail and the Hawlucha without a single Tapu.
Fair, you could have drafted Tapu Bulu, but you decided not to.
Okay.
You decided to go
I didn't know. I didn't know what was open. Okay, you pressured me in general.
I mean, I also got you Sylveon, who has Pixelate, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And it also has another Wish Passer into your prey. Ephelon, which is a hard special hitter. You want a Choice Scarf to mine. Yeah. Then you have Alolan Sandslash. You know, we're going to throw that away. That month's not good. It's not coming to any matches. Let's be honest. And we have
yes, it is. Let's be honest. It is coming. Okay, it is coming.
The really good thing that Alolan Sandslash actually brings to his squad is Rapid Spin.
Yep, because your entire squad looks pretty weak to
rocks.
But you also have Magcario, who's a setup sweeper. You know, there's that. Gooper.
All right, let's go to the next one.
He's coming to every single game.
Yes, he is coming.
Gooper get Stealth Rock, which otherwise your only other rockers would be Alolan Sandslash and Necrozma, and Gooper also brings Self Recovery, which is amazing.
Yep. Let's move on to the Miami Heatran, who were sniped of Heatran because they grabbed Tapu Bulu round 1.
Yes, and I did not pick Tapu Bulu. Yay! All right, Sue, say a few words.
Yes, sir.
Lenny, if you want to go first.
Okay, you can go first. No, you wanted to do yourself? Okay. Awkward, you can go.
So, first thing I see on his team is the Masquerain, which might seem like an interesting Pokemon, but on his squad, the Sticky Webs are going to be really helpful. For Bulu, Nihilego, and even Hoopa, those monsters can hit really hard, and with the Sticky Webs, their only problem, which is usually the speed, is kind of solved. He's got some pretty good balls on Claydol, Doublade, and Swampert, who all can set rocks aside from Doublade, and Doublade can set up into Oblivion with Sarzan and Evil. The other thing about his team is he's got a ton of Volt Switch and U-Turn over on Masquerain, Tornado Starion, Hydreigon, and Mega Manectric.
Yep. And also seeing how he has a Beast Boost user, which is essentially a Moxie for whatever the highest that is, for the Nihilego. That mon will be underrated due to the fact that its speed stat is high, and it can be on Choice Scarf in order to take out any of its common threats to the squad.
Ultra Beast, obey me.
Another thing is that Tapu Bulu, providing the Grassy Drain, not only does he provide a recovery for every single grounded one, which Doublade appreciates because he can bring leftovers, it also weakens ground type moves, which Nihilego, Manectric, and Doublade are weak against.
But what really is wild to me is that he has Tornado Starion, a flying, right? Hydreigon, another levitating one, and Masquerain. He was, if I had to say, he was really scared of EQ because of Doublade and Nihilego, and Claydol also is an underrated rep. What does Farrah have to say about this?
I have to say this. One thing about this team, Nihilego is my Ultra Beast and mine.
Should have taken it round 1 instead of Pachirisu, buddy.
But Pachirisu is Jesus.
All right, now let's talk about my draft. You know, the best draft here.
Alright, I'll start off. So,
I rate it pretty highly, yeah.
we have his dumb Yuxi, which sets up rocks. Okay, I have no idea why he picked Sawsbuck. Because he's a dumb person.
Is also a really good rock setter.
Fortress freaking rapid spins the other setup, Mon. And gyro balls, everything. Landorus Darien is a good mon in general. Zerora only runs one set in the whole game. And Polion is tanky AF.
Zerora can run a lot of sets. Even fully special sets are great on it.
I have never seen a fully special Zeraora in my whole life, okay?
But I've used it. And 143 base speed does wonders because he's got a really good Volter with Landorus, Zeraora, and Yuxi all getting either U-turn or switch, and Sil Valley having faulting shots.
So, are you running Hypnosis Ninetales?
You'll see some of those Ninetales sets being it was a tier 4 mon.
Also, can we talk about how Mega Mobile went like round 7?
Yes,
Can we talk about how I got Mega Mobile and Kiron Black back-to-back picks?
Can we talk about how Sue did not draft Kiron Black for me?
You were far over the limit with your tier 1.
You could have...
If you were to take another tier 1.
I should have picked Coma O Focus Punch sub.
Well, that's enough about my team because, you know, I wanted to go under the radar.
Also, just the thing, Ninetales has Drought and Sawsbuck has Chlorophyll.
Yep, and Sawsbuck also has. Let's move on to Chuck Kage's friendo, aka the Highland Hounders.
I'm really confused about this draft. I really am.
There's a lot of mons weak to rocks.
I look at it and I instantly see 6 mons weak to rocks.
I see Cloyster.
I see 4 water types. I see 3 fire types. I see 3 mons quad weak to rocks.
I see Volcarona's special rocks.
Effectively, he does have a rapid spinner and 2 good defoggers, but I don't think that makes it great.
He also has 2 Rotons. Don't forget about that. The Rotom fan and the Rotom.
Oh, yeah. And everything, both. And is Torrent, which means he uses a lot of utility, and I don't really think it fits on his team, though it does save him on the speed spectrum.
Is there anything else to say?
Yeah, I have one thing to say. All the other teams bring rocks against this guy. He's fucked for life. He will get a win rate of 0 to 7 or something like that. Kaboom. Best explanation ever.
Now for arguably one of the top 3 drafts.
Yeah.
The wheel pick, we have Mackie, the Port City Pelipers.
First thing I want to say is that he has Megalodios and Celestial on the same squad, and Forges who really supports them with Wish. Because even though Ladios does get self-recovery, sometimes it's kind of hard to switch him in because he will be scared of other Dragon type or Dark type moves.
He also has Victini. He basically gets a free nuke every single game with V-Create. He also has Puku, the best draft mons, you know, on the way. Definitely. He also has Archeops with Rocky MC. He couldn't
relatively good.
No, he should run Citrus Berry Archeops because of the fetus.
What I was gonna say that he's got relatively good hazard control because Serena gets Rapid Spin and Quagar and Forges are both really good defaulters.
Yep, And Conkelder could run Guts basically every single game.
Or Assault Vest. It's a really good Assault Vest mod as well.
And that concludes the draft. Analyst. Now on to the power rankings.
Okay, so should we start from the bottom or from the top?
I think we should start from the bottom.
Yeah, probably. I think it's pretty obvious who's at the bottom.
It's clearly the Highland Hunters.
Yeah, I think that's relatively obvious. The team is too weak to stealth blocks in order to be good, and everyone has at least one or two decent stealth blockers on their squad.
Next up is an arguable thing. I believe it belongs to the Austin Articunos.
Yeah, I think that their draft, although it isn't that bad, just like Highland Hounds, it's massively weak to stealth blocks. Massively.
And especially in draft format where rocks are really common.
If it weren't for him having such a weak team to rocks, I'd argue he'd be top 4, top 5.
Yeah,
the rest of his draft is really good.
His tier 1 to tier 5, those ones would have legitimately carried.
And the Mega.
Yeah, and the Mega Venusaur, that thing scars me. Let's see who Farah thinks at the number 10 slot.
Let's see. I am not very picky, but I will just say this. Anyone with an Ultra Beast is on the bottom. That's all I'll say.
I think that the next draft is Farah's.
Yes. It kinda is. I have like 3 fire types or something. I am God.
I think that Farah stays on number 10. His team, it doesn't seem to synergize that well together. It lacks a grass type, which is really important in draft, and it just lacks a lot of things in general.
Next up at the number 9 spot, I believe we have
Who should it be? Now this is where it starts getting hard. This is where it starts being
Pelipper's.
really hard decision.
Pelipper's.
We said the Pelipper's were arguably a top 3 team.
Yeah.
Pelipper's.
I'd say maybe the Toronto
Argonauts.
Argonauts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Especially having the Nectric and Mawile, those mods don't fit. He's aiming to go bulky, but his last 2 free picks do not make sense.
And even the Mammoth one doesn't make much sense in a bulky team.
Yeah, though Mammoth White can also run thick fat, but that set is uncommon when they can just.
I mean, they usually will always run thick fat. They just won't go bulky. They'll go choice cut, metal, normal, even rifle.
Yep. And at the number 8 spot, we have, honestly, no lie, I think that number 8 spot belongs to the Heatrans.
Miami Heatrans, yeah, I was also looking at them.
Because legitimately, if you look at the team, yes, they do not have any absurd repeat typing, but they're solidly weak to ground.
And there's one thing that really bothers me about the team, which is the lack of a fire type. Because out of the ones he has, the only ones that actually deal with steel types are Mega Manatri because of Flamethrower and Overheat, and Swampert. And probably Claydol, but not really.
I don't see Claydol switching in great on
Especially
explosive.
because he is actually helping enemy steel types by putting grass in terrain.
Yep. And this is the number 7 spot. I would say
Trump
that this
Kage.
belongs to the cream of Cameros.
Yay! I did it. I got a spot right.
I think so too.
Since Farrah said he got this right, let's see what Farrah thinks about this. Farrah?
Okay. Hello. Okay, so Rotom, I don't know, but I think he was kind of desperate because he picked Rotom as his grass type. I
He
think
also looks really fighting type. Because if you look at Umbreon,
That's what I was saying.
like, yeah, he has Latios and Gliscor and
but I think
Gengar.
yeah, but I also think
But he's
Gliscor's
still-
helping him rank up because of its versatility with all the moves it can get, like Fire Fang.
And I think that what really pulls it off is the mix of bulk and damage because of Mega Scizor, Umbreon, and Gliscor.
And at the number 6 spot, I believe this is.
I'd
Any
argue,
confirmation?
yeah, it's the 6th spot.
I believe it's the Light City Roll-Ups.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. His team is really good. Like, the Mega Garchomp and maybe I think the Electros pick also really wasn't that necessary on his draft. Other electric types, like a faster one, would be great.
Yeah, because he wasn't necessarily really weak to ground anyway.
Yeah.
Because he had like Venusaur to cover and Tornadoes.
And even Tapu Fini can take a ground type hit usually.
Yep. And at the number 5 spot, we have.
I think the Swallows.
Yeah, I think it has to be Dix. Because
his draft has 3 huge threats, but if people are actually able to counter those threats, which, let's be honest, none of them enjoys a fast special attacker with a nice move. Because Katana just dies to any special move. Zygarde is quite weak to it, and yes, Zard will be able to deal with it, but that's like 1 out of 3.
yeah, and Zard still gets beat by other dragon types. Even ground types like Claydol, to be honest.
Especially
And
since we're forced to Mega turn 1.
Yep, which is why Mega Sharpedo on Farrah's squad is a really bad pick, in my opinion.
Okay, so next up is on number 4, I think.
Yep, number 4.
I think number 4, I'd probably go with.
I think it's the Buffalo Blazing.
Yeah, I was debating between them and Port City Pelipers.
Yeah.
Blaziken's just have a draft that synergize really, really well. Like, they're all relatively fast ones, and the ones that aren't fast, they are really, really fat.
Yep.
And the Aurora Veil helps out this team a lot.
And we have Port City, who is undeniably third.
Wait.
I don't want to say anything about Port City.
Yeah, that I think he played a better part by picking normal Sharpedo and Semi Gligar with very defensive of Eviolite. Mega Latios is just like a big threat to everyone. Piloswine. Eviolite once more. Archeops, high attack. It's very strong. I think that's all I have to say.
And the Rocky, and just a thing, the Rocky MZ on Archeops allows him to bring Head Smash and just click Rocky MZ Head Smash once per game and have a nuke.
Yep. And now for the number 2 slot.
I think Farrah should be the one deciding this one. Yes.
So it's between you and Awkward. Okay.
Yeah, it comes down to that.
So awkward. Let's see what you have.
I think it's really, really close. I think the top 4 teams are really, really close.
I
Yeah,
In general.
think this. I might be biased, but I'm thinking right now that just because you have Mew, I think you have the better team. So I think Sue goes second.
So then I'm at the number 2 spot.
Yeah.
The team's weaknesses include actually solid fighting type actually messes up my entire team.
Yeah, aside from Landorus. And maybe a Silvally Ghost.
Yep.
And Yuxi. Remember you have Yuxi.
Mm-hmm. And on to the number 1 team after the draft. Awkward.
I think the only weird pick on my draft is Stunfisk.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see what Tara thinks. I mentioned Mew earlier.
Yeah, I mentioned Mew just because of its versatility and such, as it effed my team up in another draft super hard. Because I think I get
was using
awkward. So I think it was like I swapped items with you, but then you looked like special, and then you had like a physical move or a special move. Or it was the other way around, and I gave you like choice specs, and that kind of screwed me up because you ran both physical and special. You ran mixed, which was really surprising.
Yeah, I think that my draft is at the same time it's really bulky, so every single mon, aside from maybe me, can be really hard to take down, and they also do a lot of damage.
Yep. Especially with the Tapu Koko Hit combo, and not to mention the Intimidate Arcanine. You can even run a Flash
And
Fire
Electric.
for superior.
Electrium's the Vigavolt in electric terrain.
Electrium Z Vikavolt. I think you would run Electrium Z on Tapu Koko more often.
Yeah, probably, because Tapu Koko is coming to more games than Vigavolt will. Sorry, Buster.
You're busty. Surprised you didn't take Bubbles.
I kind of felt like it, but then I saw that Suicune was open, and I was like, nah, it's too much of a value pick.
And that concludes this video. Leave a like. See you guys next time.
Yeah.